Yep.
How do you get live stats?
Go to the website, go to the schedule, and then there'll be a live stats thing by the game. So I think Cam's like close to like a milestone in terms of wins. And I was looking at the schedule, and I was like, oh no, he might get there like when they're away. That's not good. And then I was like, oh, never mind. All right.
Live stats.
I'm trying the Reed Rosales method today, so hopefully that works. I'm gonna invade your space a little bit. Yay! Okay, I'm supposed to click a button for pay, as I recall.
For what?
Hello and welcome in to CalGuard Gymnasium in San Antonio, Texas, as we're all set for the second home game of the season for Trinity women's basketball as they play Concordia, Texas. Hello everybody and welcome in. I'm Cole Isaacson, joined alongside Annika Saenz. And Annika, it's great to be here after a very long road trip for the Tigers.
I know, I'm really excited to see them come back home. It'll be their second home game, and I'm pretty sure they're ready to start some momentum off.
Both of these teams, unfortunate starts to the year. Concordia at 1-3, Trinity at 0-5, looking for their first victory of the season. The starting lineups are as follows. For Concordia, it's Stacey Trejo, Kathleen Tietjen, Shauna Brown, Madison Martinez, and Sam Ising as we're underway. Concordia has possession. For Trinity, a bit of a shake-up with Natalie Greenwood back. She makes a start along with Sky O'Rourke back in the lineup. Savageau, Minter, and Scott in there as well. Concordia trying to work it into the paint. Now have to go to the perimeter. Trejo loses it, but it's off Trinity and out of play.
Greenwood shaken up a little bit. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. I think this is something that you really want to see Trinity do throughout the game. You know, you want to win quarters. The past couple games, they haven't won the first quarter. So you want to try and get, you know, the offensive team within 10 seconds every time they come down the floor.
Shot up,
the rebound, yeah.
Doesn't go in. Ivory Scott with the rebound. Passes to Savageau as the Tigers get their first possession of the game. It's a three. Minter gets it. And the first points of the game go to Trinity. Concordia coming off of their first win of the season. Trejo from distance doesn't connect. Minter able to collect. Was a 2-point win over Mary Hardin Baylor after an 0-3 start. Both of these teams trying to get some momentum as they get ready to enter conference play in about a month. Foul.
That'll be a Madison Martinez for her first. Magic Minter's back in the building for her senior season. It's always been a pleasure to be your teammate, and then of course to see her play from up here.
Minter leading Trinity in points so far this season. Here's Greenwood with it, takes it to the paint, turnaround, and it goes in. So the Tigers off to a good start, up 5-0 now. Tornadoes trying to swirl back into this one early.
I like that one, that was good.
Thank you. From the top of the key, misses, a bit strong. Rebound to the Tornadoes, now from distance. Off the rim again. Ball loose on the ground, Savageau picks it up. Now she works into the paint. Minter, now Scott, wide open three, connects. Blazing start for Trinity, up 8-0.
It's really interesting because they usually start out in their press. To be honest, I haven't kept up too much with their away games, but I mean, that's something that's pretty, you know, indicative of a Trinity game.
Savageau, got it, nothing but net. Timeout Concordia. 11-0 Trinity to get this one going.
It's exactly what you want to see coming back home. Defense is connecting on all cylinders. They're closing out possessions with great rebounds. Just playing sound defense. And of course, whenever the shot's going in, it makes the game feel a lot easier.
Well, you talked about winning the first quarter. They have a long way to go to get to that point, but so far so good, up 11-0.
Yeah. I mean, I talked about this in the boys game, what was it, 2 days ago? You want to break this game down into, all right, let's see where we are at media timeout. Let's see where we are, you know, headed 2 minutes into the end of this first quarter. I mean, you have to play mini games within this larger game for sure.
Talk about playing mini games within this larger game. You could say that for the season, and Trinity's head coach Cam Hill said exactly that. He said that we're breaking up this season into 5-game stretches.
Yeah.
First 5 games obviously did not go their way, 0-5.
Yeah.
Their worst start since 1992, but looking for progress in each of these 5-game stretches. This is the start of the next 5-game stretch.
Oh, 100%. And even if you know, come off to a lackluster start, it doesn't really determine where you are going to be in January and in February. You know, a loss just means that you're learning more about your team. It means that you're learning more about your lineup. I mean, I truly believe that you learn more about losses than you do wins, and maybe you can take a little bit of a life philosophy out of that. But Cam's great at adjusting on the fly and adjusting when it comes to games after that.
Trinity showing the lessons they've learned so far, a thrashing 11-0 start. Concordia still looking for their first points of this one as they move it up the floor. Trejo tried to set up the screen. Minter goes right through it. Some ball movement here with 15 on the shot clock. Trejo gets it back. Backs out to three-point range, guarded by Savageau, breaks away, takes it into the paint and into the bucket. Really doing it all on that possession.
I'm not too mad at that possession defensively, but I mean, you worked so hard for 25 seconds, you know, just close it out for a little bit more.
Minter in the air, can't connect on the shot. Rebound loose and recovered by icing for Concordia. Now Tietjen. Stolen by Minter. The other way. Clean break. And lays it in for two in transition.
She read that one like a book.
Saw Zach Fenn do that so much in the last game for the men.
I know. I was telling my boss, because his son plays basketball, I was like, if you want to see somebody that is truly amazing on defense and knows, like, when it comes to timing and just, I was like, come watch a Trinity men's basketball game and watch Zach Fenn. I was like, he times it perfectly with either a back tap or as soon as the ball hits the ground and it's right in front of him, his hands are always active, and that's why he's leading Trinity with the most steals.
Greenwood overshoots it, her first game back. Scott into Minter. Just a bit strong off the rim. Now trying to spring Trejo. Sends it back to her teammate, shot from the elbow, doesn't go. And Concordia just not getting anything to fall, only 14% field goal percentage so far in this one. Natalie Greenwood. Savageau for three. Too strong. Greenwood gets it back though. Sky O'Rourke in the paint. Now Minter takes her place, loses it, but stays in bounds. Pass intercepted though by Concordia, by Martinez, who crosses the timeline. Three for Trejo, got it. She's got all 5 points for Concordia in this one. Tigers so far showing good signs of what they hope to be their first win. Trying to sustain that level of play, now up 13-5 after they were up 11-0 to get this one going. Greenwood still looking for her first points. Minter looking for options in the corner. Greenwood.
Nice.
Gets it to roll in. So Greenwood able to notch in her first points of the season.
No, that's her second field goal of the game.
Second points of the season.
Yeah. I was like, she had a nice little shimmy turnaround in the middle of the lane. But it's good to see her back.
Tietjen nearly loses it. Concordia with 4 on the shot clock, 3. Now they get it up from the elbow. Takes 3 hops, but not the one they wanted. Now it's Savageau in transition. Got it. Tough to see that bounce and then it go the other way like that.
I know, but those are the transition buckets that you want to see coming from Trinity after working so hard to secure the board on defense. Just like that. Let's see, a 3-on-1.
Trejo lost it. Now O'Rourke, the fake and the finish. Domination early from Trinity. Maybe taking out some of their frustrations of this 0-5 start on the Tornadoes right now. Up 19-5. Tietjen fouled on the 3, but it doesn't go. So she'll have 3 shots at the line for Concordia.
Kylie Minter will pick up her first one. I think the only way to stop the bleeding right now for Concordia is just stop making unforced turnovers, truly.
Now a mass of substitutions come in for Trinity. 4 of them, including Jalen Martin, who started the first game of the year for Trinity. Allison Even joining her as well. First shot for Concordia doesn't go. Almost like a hockey line change. 4 players coming off the floor.
Ivory Scott, the only one that remains from the starting lineup. So we'll see how this second unit does. First one fared very well. Now up 19-6 after that last free throw. Here's the third, it goes. And now Concordia will bring some of their own subs in. Wilkinson coming on for Concordia, along with Yawa. Here's Scott, looking for any options. Passes it outside, gets it back. Winans can't get it to go. Now the Tornadoes working the other way with it. Coming off of their win against Mary Hardin-Baylor, trying to get a win streak going. So far, not so good.
Great pass.
Scott can't get it, but Trinity maintains possession. Now another substitution made. Ivory Scott coming off. Caceres coming in. And she inbounds. Tigers trying to add on to this early advantage. Good start to the stretch of 5 games that Coach Hill was talking about.
Nice.
Even gets it in off the backboard.
It's really nice seeing some fresh faces. I haven't commentated since last year, but I played with a couple of the seniors. Of course, I commentated some of the juniors and sophomores from last year, but I mean, you love to see it when a rookie comes in and makes a great impact on the game.
Now Trinity up 2 touchdowns in this one. Here's the shot, and the field goal is good. Kai Stratton, her first action of the entire season, and she gets a 3 to go. Another timeout here.
I think that confidence just came from that first group. They were letting everything fly, shooting with confidence, you know, giving that extra pass to their teammates when they know that they're open. It's something that's contagious, and hopefully they can continue it on for the next 3 quarters and especially finish out this second quarter. You don't want to seek any complacency.
Some current trends in this one. Trinity 3 for 3, actually 4 for 4 now in their last field goals. Field goal percentage up to 67% for the Tigers. Really firing on all cylinders offensively, but as you said, it really started with that first unit getting things going. You said that they weren't winning the first quarter throughout the year. Well, now on pace to do that with 2:18 left in this one.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, I feel like it's not, I mean, yes, shots are going in, but the shot selection is much greater. You know, like they're shooting shots that are open, getting transition layups, which lead to a higher field goal percentage, shooting open threes with such confidence. It makes a difference.
This Tigers team starting to get back to who they've been over, really since Cam Hill took over in 2012. This was easily their worst start in that time frame.
And look, now they're in that Trinity press.
Caceres, too strong. Rebound still loose. Martin able to pick it up. Cross-course pass. And a foul.
I think they're going to call it going up.
They do, and it should be shots.
Yeah. Shot, shot, shot. I'm just kidding. You didn't hear that.
It'll be Allison Even taking them. Trinity up 17, trying to add on. This one too short. Came right back to her. Unfortunately for her, she has to check it back to the official.
I know.
This one longer, but still doesn't go. Concordia able to secure the rebound, now inside 2 minutes, and a foul.
That one may be, oh, they called that one on Jalen Martin. It was a tap from behind, may have caught an arm.
First on her today. Trejo to inbound for the Tornadoes.
You can hear Cam in the background saying, go get it, go hunt it down.
Trying to do that now. Trinity being a little more aggressive defensively, it seems like. Here's a move inside, doesn't go. Ball loose on the ground now, and jump ball called. That was Menchaca who took it from the corner and moved into the paint, lost it. Trinity gets the ball on this jump ball. The possession arrow now flips. Pass inside, and a foul.
Nice.
It was a nice move by Emma Winans. Set up the foul.
It's a beautiful play that they had set up. Having top of the key and free throw line, having Jimmy Cáceres come off of a screen, be a playmaker, and of course she handed it off to one of her teammates who made another great decision out of that.
First shot too strong. So kind of two opposite first free throws from Even and Winans. Trinity's missed their last 3 free throw attempts. Connects on this one.
Looks like they're starting off in their man press, not having anybody back.
Concordia trying to break the press, and they do. Trejo lays it to one of her teammates, and a foul. Connects on the shot. Count the basket, it looks like.
I feel like I may have jinxed that play.
We'll see what happened on the replay here.
Yeah, that's a little hard. She beat it with the dribble. It was a 2-on-1 scenario. Definitely a foul with the body. She was moving into her.
Yawa makes it and connects on the 3-point play.
Still a 15-point game, minute and 20 left.
Jalen Martin. Now a pass inside.
That's going to be
Jump
Tornado's
ball.
ball.
Jump ball called. It was Winans who had it, I guess half of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looked like Concordia switched up their defense. They went into a 2-3.
And Trinity gets it right back. Martin somehow able to come away with that ball. Open 3, Cáceres wide. Now under a minute to go in the quarter. Here's a steal on the other end from Cáceres. Loses it though, and Concordia able to pick it right up. Immediate 3 missed. Trejo falls down, no foul called. Ball still loose like a fumble.
See, we got numbers.
Here's an open 3. Even. Can't connect there. And all of a sudden some back and forth action in transition.
Nice.
Good save. Stratton able to keep it. Trinity ball.
That keeps the clock running. Shot clock off.
Trinity trying to make this the last possession. Martin able to keep it in. And the foul. Some incredible saves on both ends here for Trinity.
Yeah, and that's just straight effort, getting extra possessions.
Some more substitutions for Concordia, 3 of them.
It's really nice to see you have a full new 5 subs come in, and the energy just hasn't downgraded at all. If anything, I'm pretty sure the energy just increased.
Emma Winans makes the first one.
It'll be 11 seconds to get it down the floor.
Got 2. So the foul makes it so Concordia has a chance with the ball before this quarter ends. Trinity's still running their press. 3 seconds. Will they get the shot off? They do. But doesn't go in, and that is how the quarter ends. 27-10, a commanding quarter, the most commanding all year for Trinity.
Yeah, I mean, the way you can describe this game is within these last 3 possessions. They're fighting for every extra possession. They're, hustling to every board, even though they may not be making their free throws as consistently as they would want to. The fact that you're getting to the line is showing that you're staying aggressive. And obviously, I don't know what they went for. I don't know what they went for in the first couple of 3-pointers made, but I'm pretty sure they went like 3 for 4 to start off this quarter. And even if they don't stay as hot, they still got to let them fly and adjust off of the Concordia defense. They switch between man and zone. It was into a 2-3, but there was a couple plays that I don't know if Cam called or I don't know if it was their motion, but they had Natalie Greenwood screening at the top of the key, and they were working off of her, making her a decision maker in the paint. She's, really good at seeing whether or not she's going to get a double team from somebody and kicking it out to the open player out the 3.
You see the stats on your screen now. Not entirely updated, still says 22-10 on the scoreboard, but the field goal percentage heavily in favor of Trinity, 3-point percentage, really everything you could ask for in this quarter for the Tigers, complete domination from both units.
Oh, 100%. Like I said earlier, it really is down to shot selection. They're getting, wide open layups, which obviously increase your field goal percentage. They're getting shots, whether that's little mid-rangers and open threes. You don't want to be shooting threes while they're contested. You want to be shooting open threes. And I think a big part of that, too, has to do with Concordia. I lost track of the stat, but I'll make sure and I'll keep track of it this quarter. But they're shooting with less than 12 seconds left in the shot clock, which means that they've been exhausting, they've been exhausting way more seconds than Trinity has. I don't know how many, if we can get this stat, but how many possessions were in that quarter for Trinity versus how many possessions were there for Concordia.
It's interesting to keep track of as this quarter gets underway. Tigers with a 17-point lead. Starting lineup back out there for Trinity, that first unit. Minter from the corner. Just hits the back of the rim. At Concordia with an early stop. Some early ball movement for them. You're right, that shot clock ticking down. Now they put it up with 15. Rebound out, and Trinity will take over.
I'm going to try and keep track of how many times they get it under 10 and have it going. But in that last possession, you see that they try to overload that left side, make it a 2-on-1 situation between Savageau and Minter. I don't know if she was running baseline or she may do it again. Actually, I called it. I called it. She's running baseline. They're going to try and see if they can get an overload, try and hit the high post.
They get it to Minter in the corner. Goes to the baseline again. Now Scott takes it for 3. Got it!
It's a great skip pass. Now they're headed into their press.
And it gets the turnover. We usually see Trinity start with the heavy press, but this time not starting with it, and then they adjust to it now that they have the big lead.
Yeah.
Scott gets it off the inbound, now to O'Rourke, back in the starting lineup.
I'm going to call on the body. I'm pretty sure that's on Madison Martinez. That'll be her second. So Trinity will inbound from the baseline. Tigers up 20, their largest lead of this game. Scott thought about it, but it's to Greenwood. Now it's Savageau. From the paint, got it. So they get the turnover off the press, and then they score, trying to do it again. And they do. Minter steals it off the errant pass. Off Concordia, still Trinity ball. Parts of me thought she was going to give a behind-the-back pass to Livy Savageau in the corner.
Couple substitutions for Concordia, including Trejo, who hadn't gotten a break all of the first quarter. Got her first break to start this frame. Now back in the game. Savageau to the cutting Minter. Can't get it off the glass. And still Trinity ball.
I think parts of it were hit by, who was that, Sam Icing, as Minter was going up.
Minter fouled and got it. Potential 3-point play for Kylie Minter.
Foul number 10, Cleveland 2 tennis first, that's team foul number 2. And Minter at the line.
Chance to capitalize on the 3-point play. And she does. So the football score keeps getting bigger, 35-10 now. Concordia trying to find any ounce of momentum that they can take to get him back in this game. Now a 25-point game, and that won't help. Errant pass to the baseline.
Yeah, those 2 unforced turnovers, back-to-back possessions. That press is really doing something.
Pass intended for Shauna Brown, just couldn't keep her feet in. Ends up stumbling out of bounds with the ball. Now it's Greenwood, takes a shot from the elbow. Clunks off the rim. Tietjen crosses the timeline. Now takes it under the basket. Outside now, Trejo. Got it for 3. Concordia trying to claw back what they can. It's O'Rourke. Ball movement outside. Minter cutting in. Surrounded. Now Scott for 3. Too strong. Minter able to get it back though. That was a big point of emphasis for Cam Hill in our interview with him, talking about the rebounds and how he thought Natalie Greenwood would help with that. Trinity, so many sustained offensive possessions. 3 for Minter.
That is really just dissecting that zone defense, making sure that they're looking for the open player. I'm pretty sure there was like 8 or 10 passes within those possessions.
And now another steal from the press. It's Savageau. Couldn't get it to go. Minter, another offensive rebound, her 2nd in a row. Now an open Savageau. Take 2. Too strong.
That's going to be Trinity ball,
The 3rd jump ball of the game.
I think.
Should be Trinity ball. The last one went to Concordia. Tough to see the possession arrow.
Oh, no, it's Concordia.
And
Oh, it's, yeah. I think we started with it. Yeah. Yeah, we had the 2nd quarter inbounds.
So Concordia will take it. Tietjen pressed, trying to escape with her pal Trejo. Able to cross the timeline, but loses it right there. It's on the ground, and now Tietjen wide open to the basket and gets it to go. Kind of a weird play. So many balls on the ground today. Savageau, long 2, got it.
It was a quick response.
Trinity now up 40-15. As commanding as it gets, another steal. This time, O'Rourke got it. And just a disastrous first half so far for Concordia. This press working as well as maybe we've seen it. Long 3, wide open, and a pretty shot.
They've been playing for a while. A media timeout hasn't even come close.
O'Rourke from under the basket gets it to drop in. Now 42-18. Concordia finally able to break the press. Tietjen going the other way. Pumps. Shot doesn't go. Rebound is good. Sam Icing able to put it in. Long pass now to O'Rourke. Cross court intercepted there. So a rare turnover for Trinity in this one. Here's a 3. Too short.
Kylie Minter looked like she was about to rim run really quick.
Under 5 to go in the 2nd quarter. A steal. Trejo going the other way. Scott trying to catch up, but Trejo able to lay it in.
These feel like fatigue turnovers right now.
Trejo now with 10 points. First tornado into double digits. O'Rourke pressured on the pass and too much. It's a foul.
They're finally waiting for a whistle for 6 minutes.
And now substitutions will come on after this timeout. And Annika, it's more of the same as we sit here. The timeout with 4:05 on the clock. Trinity doubling up Concordia to this point, 44-22.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is just coming out of their defense. And I know that Cam talked about, I think you interviewed him, and he talked a little bit about securing offensive rebounds. A lot of this has to do with just making sure that, one, they're just not getting shots up, period, and the shots that they do get off are bad shots. So, I mean, they're clicking on all cylinders when it comes to the defensive end. I mean, just take care of the ball on offense. Every time we've turned over the ball.
There's no stopping us right now.
Rebounds, such a big number for Trinity, and a big reason why they started 0-5. 402nd in the country in rebound margin coming into this game. Negative 15.4 per game. They're getting out-rebounded by nearly 15.
Yeah.
Definitely an easy way to go 0-5, but today they've really flipped that.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's basically because they're boxing out or it's just because they're just giving more effort, crashing the boards. But moving forward, they will have to play rebounding games with other teams. Like, you will, that is one stat that you will have to make sure that you are winning in every quarter, and if not, that you're tying in every quarter moving forward.
Big part of that, Coach Hill is saying that Natalie Greenwood and her absence, and I don't know if it's been all her that's led to this offensive explosion and this great performance for Trinity so far, but I can't imagine it's hurting.
Oh, no, absolutely not. And, of course, she's an upperclassman. You love to see leadership on the floor, especially when you're mixing in some underclassmen. But, I mean, a familiar face is always amazing to have back.
Coming out of this timeout, Trinity with that second unit now on the floor. Maddie Mueller, a new addition to that. Allison Even to inbound. Pass over the head of Mueller, couldn't save it. So some miscommunication there on that possession. The offense is starting to get going in this one. Trinity 3 for 3 on their last 3 field goal attempts. Concordia 5 of their last 7. Now trying to break this press. Able to get past the timeline, but no further. Pass in transition, Martin saves it, gets it to Stratton. And now a 3, Even, got it! Allison Even with an odd number of points there. Early trap. Tigers get the turnover, Mueller. Jalen Martin couldn't get it to go, rebound secured by Concordia, but still this press giving them so many issues. Shot wouldn't go off the pass from Trejo. Concordia trying to do it the best they can. They get a shot up, but the rebound collected by Even. Now it's Mueller 2-on-1 here and takes it right to the basket.
Just want to note that was a great defensive possession by Even on the other end of the floor, making sure that she kept her hands down, or her hands up and her feet down. Of course, we get a 5-second call over here. Just everything going in Trinity's favor when it comes to defense.
This game slowly unraveling for Concordia. It'll be Even to inbound for Trinity. Under 3 to go in this half. Stratton. Passes it to Winans. Puts it up and in.
It's a beautiful pick and roll. It's textbook.
It's one thing Coach Hill talked about with these practices. The execution, he said, was as good as he'd ever seen it in this season.
Yeah.
Foul called here.
I know Cam talked a lot last year, and even when I played, he really takes into account, you know, like your intention of what you're about to do in a play. But when you start 0-5, execution matters at some point. You know, like you know what your players are intending to do, like they, you know, like by hitting, you know, a baseline drift pass, or, you know, by doing certain things that potentially lead to a turnover, but execution matters in the end.
This team definitely showing the execution they've been working on ever since they got back from that road trip. Stratton for 3, offline. The rebound picked up.
Oof.
Pass too hot to handle and offline. Wilkinson Turns it over there. Now Stratton takes over for the Tigers. Just over 2 minutes to go in this one. Stratton getting it back. Winans. Now Mueller for three. Too strong. Rebound.
Travel.
Travel called. And it continues to go wrong for Concordia. Sam Ising arguing the call, but that won't do her any good.
I'm surprised that Concordia is still staying in a zone. I mean, right now they just went into a man, but I don't know if that's just strictly from an out-of-bounds play.
That's only because they knew you were going to point it out.
Right.
Stratton lays it in, and Trinity adding to this impressive advantage. Press trying to get another turnover here. Jump ball.
Now this one should be Trinity ball.
It's easy to lose track of these things sometimes,
I
but
know.
we're mostly confident.
I'm gonna do it like the refs at the YMCA. They put like a gum wrapper in one pocket, and then every time, really, you don't know this?
I don't know this, no.
What? Or they put like a coin or something in each pocket to make sure that whichever team has the jump next.
It's a really good way to tell. We should do that.
I know.
Turnaround shot doesn't go. Rebound for Concordia, but this press once again gets a steal, and it's Martin this time. Open three, Mueller, got it.
Maddie Mueller collects her 5th point of the game.
Shot the other way, doesn't go. Romero not able to connect there. And now Mueller, who just made the last three. Even from the top of the paint, and everything is just going in. Tigers now on a 12-0 run over the last 2 minutes.
Feels like a shooting workout. Everything that's going in is on balance. 1-2 foot connection and a high follow through.
And a travel. Talking with Concordia head coach Brianna Marstaller, she talked about the 1-3 start. You know, they're just coming off their last victory and trying to add to the buy-in of her team. She said she just wanted progress in every game. This, so far, a big step back. Martin tried to reel in the rebound, ends up going to Winans.
See that last play whenever, number 32, Emma Winans, she snuck behind the defense. That is one of those plays where we talk about intentions. Like, that was a great read, but you got to finish, you know? And obviously, it doesn't really matter right now because Maddie Mueller just got her out of it with a nice 3.
Trinity now has 60 on the board after that shot. And here's a turnover. It's even. Into the paint. Travel.
Yeah.
3.3 seconds now on the clock. Should be a quick heave for Concordia if they can inbound it. They've had some problems with that here recently because of this press. They do get it in. And not able to get the shot off. That is how the half ends. A 16-0 run to end the half for Trinity, up 60-22.
I mean, I really don't have many words right now. I mean, Trinity just, they're kind of putting on a little bit of a clinic when it comes to shooting and defense. It's everything that you want to see as a coach. I mean, my pointers coming into the 3rd and 4th quarter is just clean up unforced turnovers, you know. I know that we went into a stretch that was 6 minutes long and we saw 2 unforced turnovers back-to-back possessions, but really try and minimize those as much as you can. And of course, you want to stay, you know, just as intense as you were in these first 2 quarters. Don't get complacent. I'm sure we're going to see some different lineups come from Trinity. So people just taking advantage of the time that they're given and just showing up the way that they can.
If you're Trinity, you're thinking, do that again.
Do that again, yeah.
Do that again.
One of Cam's favorite quotes was, just make buckets. The team that wins is the ones that just makes more buckets. I'm like, yeah, yep, you're so right.
Trinity making a lot of buckets in that first half, up 60-22. We'll take a quick break here on Tiger Network as the Tigers have a commanding lead at halftime. Stay tuned for the second half. Welcome back for the second half here in San Antonio. Trinity, a commanding 60-22 lead as we get things going in the third quarter. Annika, a lot to talk about on the Tigers side in that first half. What did you see specifically?
I mean, I just saw extreme defensive intensity that led to easy offensive possessions and shot selections. I mean, if we're going to focus on Concordia in this half to see how they can, cut this deficit, it has to be, by playing sound defense, just as Trinity started with their game.
First possession empty as Icing misses that one. Savageau, quick three, connects.
Wow.
So the beat rolls on for Trinity. That press continuing to work. Trejo trying to get out of it.
That was almost a 10-second call. They got out of there by probably like half a second.
Pass outside the three-point line, now in the paint.
That's going to be a foul on Greenwood.
Foul is called.
It's actually called on Livy Savageau.
So Savageau does get it. And now Shauna Brown will shoot two.
Kylie Minter and Livy are already up to double digits. They led scoring in the last game against McMurray.
First shot goes in. Talk about that last game against McMurray. It was the second time this season the Tigers had lost a game by 24 or more points.
And if they're looking to make long runs in the playoffs towards the end of this season, they're going to see those teams again. And, I mean, Cam talked about this, playing in surges of 5 games. Within the next 15, 20 games, this could be a completely different team.
Jumper from Minter goes in. Trinity 2 for 2 on these possessions so far in this half.
Yeah, like if they were to meet McMurray towards the end of the season, I can guarantee you that score is not going to be the same.
Tigers also expecting Elaine King back sometime this year, currently studying abroad. Get her back for the second semester. Long three doesn't go for Concordia.
Elaine King's living her best Euro girl life right now. She's taking advantage of that Trinity study abroad. I think we have like 40% of our school. Is that a really high stat? I feel like it's...
Feels high.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it may be around like the third. I'm just pulling stats from admissions. It's like 35% of students at Trinity. I mean, we have a small student body population, but a lot of them study abroad. And I know Skyer Work has studied abroad. I think she went to Germany during one of the summers. Maddie Mueller studied abroad. Now I'm just giving y'all the inside scoop because I have them as teammates. But, I mean, Elaine King, she's just enjoying her life, and everybody's excited to see her back on the court.
Minter gets that last shot, the lead now 67-24. Kylie Minter now up to 15 points. She leads the team. Trejo, cross court, and too strong. Tietjen unable to keep it in. Another unforced error by Concordia.
Yeah, in order to come back, you really have to tighten up those screws when it comes to just getting open shots. I mean, if that ball connected all the way to the corner, that would have been an open three.
Here's Scott. Now Greenwood in the paint, turnaround. It's good.
That little sweet spot right around the charge circle is where she's had some money today.
A demolition that continues. The press once again. Concordia turns it over. O'Rourke puts it in.
They're doing a really good job at trying to keep the ball right underneath that free throw line. In the press, they try and corral them into the corners. We got a 10-second call. They try and corral them into the corners and immediately take away the inbounder, which is exactly why it takes them so long to get across the court.
Substitution coming on. It's Alexa Romero for Concordia. Tornadoes with 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. Trinity trying to capitalize on another one off the 10-second violation. Scott. Now it's Greenwood with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Hits the rim, so it resets. Minter. Tornado falls over. Shot clock under 10. Trinity, ball movement, trying to get the shot up as Minter gets it in.
Wow. You have an offensive rebound in that possession. Fight for every ball. Natalie Greenwood was fighting in the paint that whole time.
Here's Scott, corner three. Nothing but net.
Just feels like they're gelling as teammates right now too. You know, I think being a basketball player, you could see that play coming from a mile away.
Pass is tipped and knocked out. Intended for Shauna Brown. Will stay with the Tornadoes. Brown now checks out. Gemma One enters the game for Concordia. Here's a corner three attempt, too long. And it'll stay with Concordia. It was Romero taking that three. Here's a three. And the rebound doesn't go. Trinity going the other way with it. Savageau, open three. Goes in.
The shooters bounce, shooters roll, everything. It just feels like right now if they shot it behind their back with their eyes closed, it would go in. Home court advantage, maybe?
Maybe. And finally one goes in for the Tornadoes. Ends a 3.5-minute scoring drought. Trejo gets it to go. Now Minter, quick three. Doesn't get that one to go. And it stays with Trinity. Substitution as Savageau comes off the floor. Maddie Mueller entering the game. Tigers now on a 13-2 scoring run. Ended the first half on a 16-0 scoring run. That was a big part of the 79-26 lead. Tornadoes able to break the press. And that ball rolls all the way into the tunnel. Minter going after it. Trinity ball as O'Rourke set to inbound. Minter getting it back. Scott, open three. Mueller. Clunks out. Now Tietjen. Concordia with numbers. Bobbled an open three attempt. Still nearly got it to go, but it rolls out.
Potentially have numbers right here.
Minter off the high glass and in.
And we see some Tigers come in, or about to be ready to check in right now.
Looks like Jalen Martin, Emma Winans, and Kai Stratton, along with Allison Even, all ready to come in, but timeout on the floor. Gives us a chance to talk a little bit about Concordia and Brianna Marstaller, their first-year head coach. First year on the job, says it's been good experience, pretty easy transition because she played 4 years at Concordia and she really climbed up the ladder, was the player, and then stayed on as a graduate assistant, didn't get paid for that, and then a volunteer coach, and then eventually hired on as an assistant coach, and now her first year as the head coach of Concordia.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things in basketball that you love to see, a player that's really connected to the program and wants to see nothing but the best come out of that program. And of course, you know, this may be your first year, but you know, you want to have some leeway when it comes to new coaches, getting the rosters that they want, maintaining the players that came with the last roster. But I mean, it's all it's all, you know, about progress and learning moments for them. They may not start out with the best, you know, start or, you know, in this conference or preseason, but things could always look up towards the end of the season. And yeah, it's just about learning as much as you can. If your intention is to grow the program and your intention is to make these girls, you know, better women, student athletes all the way around, I'm sure she'll do a great job at it.
That's another thing she talked about. She said that she was preparing her girls for the big girl job later in life, trying to teach them life lessons on and off the basketball court, teaching them the expectations that they have in this program. It says very high expectations, both on and off the floor, trying to prepare them for later in life.
Oh, 100%. I think entering as a recent grad, like entering kind of like the workforce now, like you really see how being a student athlete or just, coming from so much discipline plays dividends, truly, as you start to grow up and you start to realize like how important the small things are. And in a game like basketball and a game like football, baseball, I mean, you can name it down. I mean, the little things matter and they go a long way.
Trinity doing all of the little things today. Foul here. See if this will lead to shots or if this is an inbound. And Tietjen will shoot 2.
These are the same 5 that came in for Trinity in the second half of that first quarter, and they just lit it up on defense. They're the ones that started out in the press because the first group didn't start out in the press. So let's see if they can keep the same defensive energy headed into the second half with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the floor.
With a 51-point lead to work with.
And that looks like Concordia is trying to press. Maybe give them a little bit of something to go against. And honestly, presses, even if you're not getting the biggest traps out of them, they're used to stop the offensive players, and they're just used to cause chaos. I mean, traps really, what's it called? Presses are really just meant to cause chaos.
Concordia could use some chaos. I would say a 51-point comeback with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter would qualify. Ball rolls out of play, but it'll stay with Trinity. Substitution coming on for the Tornadoes, Asia Holmes. Trinity will inbound from the baseline. It's Allison Even. She gets it to Martin. Martin gets it back, and a slick pass out to the corner. Winans dribbles it out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Tigers with 81 points on the board. Maybe trying to get to the big 100.
I can definitely see it cracking right now, or cracking within the fourth quarter.
No promotional elements here.
No.
So no free food for anybody if they
no
get that far.
chicken nuggets. What do they give out at the Spurs games? It's like a Pluckers,
I think so.
right? It's like Pluckers or something like that.
Shot goes in.
You can get a
there.
maybe coupon.
Maybe. 5 free swipes.
5 free swipes at maybe, what do they call it? It's not the food, it's the not food hall.
Maybe dining hall.
Maybe dining hall here at Trinity's campus.
Stoppage here on the floor as Allison Even hit the deck.
I wouldn't mind. I would get some Einstein Bagel.
That I would do.
I would do a couple swipes at Einstein Bagel.
I would show up to every game for the chance at swipes at Einstein Bagel.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe's as appealing. I don't know if I'm showing up to every game for
I
maybe.
haven't eaten maybe in 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they changed food providers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when I was there, it was amazing. We had Steak and Shake at maybe at that time.
Mm-hmm.
This was also my sophomore year, and I was eating, I had the metabolism of a freaking squirrel. Like I think I was eating, while playing basketball, I think I was eating like a double meat Steak and Shake cheeseburger with a vanilla milkshake or a Fruity Pebbles milkshake to wash it down. It was just insanity.
Now, hopefully Cam doesn't listen back to this.
Oh, I know. I mean, that's what you do when you get free swipes as a 19-year-old with unrestricted food.
Trinity inbounds, 20 on the shot clock. Shot from Mueller. Hits the glass, but doesn't go. Trinity's still working with that press. Whistle blows.
It's going to be on Jalen Martin. She hit her with the body.
So the foul on Martin. Believe that's her second.
Nobody's really been in foul trouble. Even in the men's game 2 days ago, I think the most that somebody had was either Will or Fenn. And they had 3, I think, maximum.
Shot from the elbow. Goes in for Trejo. Continues to lead this team in scoring.
If you want to keep up the defensive intensity for Trinity, you really want to make sure, within these last 2 minutes of this quarter and then all of the fourth quarter, that you're going to try and keep them under 50 points. Like, that would be my goal. If I'm Cameron Hill, I'm saying we're playing good defense, They're starting to make some shots right now. Let's adjust. Let's play a game with them. They're not going to be scoring over, more than 50 points, because even if we hit 110, 115 points and they have 70, they come out within the next, 12 minutes, it just shows that your defense, it let off a little bit.
Here's Mueller. Can't get the long 2 to go. Contested rebound.
Oh.
And a hard fall there. Looks like this ball is staying with Trinity. Cam Hill talked about the intensity of his team, said the team was locked in. They understand what they're going through and where they are in the season. Talked about it a little earlier. Best practices they had all year were when they came back from Thanksgiving.
I love that that's in his vernacular now. Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in. Next he's going to say bet.
He might. I wouldn't be surprised if that has happened at some point. I'll let you know if it does.
Yeah.
Trejo gets it to go off the glass. But he said the fundamentals are much cleaner, and a lot of that is Natalie Greenwood being back. Said they have a legitimate center running the rim, just getting the ball inside in the paint more, and then getting it out cleaner was a big thing that he said.
Oh, 100%. And Natalie Greenwood, and you'll see this when Elaine King comes back. I talked about this a little bit at the half with you off the mic, but she's just one of those players, and so is Natalie Greenwood, that can just make really good decisions as a center, whether that's in the paint, whether that's at the high post, top of the key area. They're constantly moving, constantly, wreaking havoc. And, I mean, everything that they can do on offense is just even duplicated on defense, because when they have their hands up, both of them exceed over 6'7", 6'8". So, anybody that's on here is like, 6'7", 6'7". I hang out with too many little kids because I do all the Spurs basketball camps, and anytime somebody says the sequential 6'7", I just want to close my eyes and just look away. But, yeah, going back to the main stuff with Natalie Greenwood and Elaine King, I mean, they're just two people that you can't replicate at all.
Tigers may be on pace to put up 100 points. The last time they did that was when they scored 110 against Southwestern last season in a blowout win. They'll see Southwestern here January 3rd, I believe. The start of SAA play, first time in this new conference for Trinity, leaving the SCAC, which they really owned for large stretches. I mean, last year they didn't win it, but still.
Yeah, but they had for a long, long time, and that's across every sport on campus.
That trophy, the bell, is still in the Bell Athletic Center in the lobby.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's a trophy that you win for being the best overall program in the conference. I only learned that last year. I thought it was just like something that they had.
It's decorative.
I thought it was decorative because it never left. And it's apparently it goes to whatever school. And this is the last year they'll have it because they're in the SAA now.
Wow.
It's going to be weird not to see that there.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I got to ask Seth about that. I did not know that. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. And right now is our soccer team? Where's our soccer team right now?
Soccer team in the Final Four.
Okay. They're in our Final Four.
Start
What do they
that
play?
on Friday.
Oh, okay, on Friday. And then our women's volleyball is, where are they right now?
Just advanced to the Final Four today. They're in Bloomington, Illinois right now.
Okay.
Where
they advanced to the Final Four today. They played the Elite Eight game today.
Mm-hmm. In 5 sets. Went to the volleyball version of overtime in 5 sets.
Yeah.
Trinity able to pass the timeline. Jalen Martin with it. 10 seconds to go in this quarter. Even lays it in. 87 on the board now for Trinity. And that will end the quarter. Another convincing one from the Tigers, up 87-38.
Yeah. I mean, you want to set some landmarks. If I'm Cam talking to them, he's probably going to put in some different lineups headed into this fourth quarter. But if you want to hit some landmarks, let's get us to 110, 115, and then let's keep them under 50,
See if they're able to do that. You see the numbers on your screen. Field goal percentage, 49%.
I'm telling you, they can shoot, behind the back with their eyes closed doing a cartwheel and probably go in right now. You
Tigers.
can see assist to turnover ratio is exactly where you want to see it, 21-8. And then, of course, it's completely flip-flop between 6 and 29. I mean, that's just the biggest stat that you can base this game off of when it comes to, being ahead by, what's that math? I don't want to do the math right now.
Trinity also out-rebounding Concordia 33-26, and that was something we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Getting out-rebounded on average by 15.5 rebounds per game. It was a big problem that ranked I didn't even know there were 400 teams that played Division III women's basketball, but there are because they ranked 402nd in that coming into this game. But
Wow.
probably not going to happen anymore with this performance.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those stats that you want to make sure that you take care of every possession, every quarter, and that's in a. I mean, offensive rebounds just get you more possessions. Defensive rebounds close out possessions on other ends. Cameron Hill, while I was playing with him, I don't know if he still does this, but he had a competition block and we had stops and scores. And a lot of that's based off of you have to secure the rebound, and your team only gets a point if you secure the rebound, stop the possession, and you also have to score. And you had to get 3 of those in a row to move on. We stayed here one night for about 3.5 hours, and a lot of it had to do with that little stop and score thing. And you'll hear me say it throughout this season at the men's and women's games. You want to play mini games within this, and one of those is stops and scores. How many you can get of them consecutively, and how many you can count within a quarter.
Trinity's first unit back on the floor for presumably the final time tonight before that second unit takes over to finish out this game, you would assume.
Yeah. We have Kylie Minter with 19, Livy Savageau with, is that 15? I can't really see. Yeah, it's 15. We have a couple more players on the cusp of hitting double digits. Livy Savageau will check out, and Maddie Mueller will come in for her.
So Savageau's game presumably done.
Yeah.
With the score being where it's at. Minter gets the high pass. Stands still, looking for options, now backs up.
To anybody watching, I want you to see how much movement is coming out of Natalie Greenwood. She hits both blocks. She'll come up to the high post, hit the top of the key. She's constantly moving at that position.
Pass inside. Now the shot for Concordia, and it goes. Shauna Brown. And you can see the difference with Natalie Greenwood back on the floor for Trinity. Only going to get better with Elaine King whenever she comes back. High pass to Greenwood, and that goes out of play. Looked like off her hand, but possession will stay with Trinity.
Yeah. It was an uncalled press by Concordia. I wasn't really expecting them to press, but it caused a little bit of havoc for Trinity bringing the ball back down.
Minter driving in, high off the glass, and still gets it to go.
That'll put her at 21. The Magician doing it again.
Talking to Cam Hill about Kylie Minter, not our last interview with him, but the one before the Emory game, about what this group, because so many players exited after last season, a really new group for Trinity overall in terms of the starting lineup, and that's what that would be like with Minter in it. And he said this group would be a force multiplier for her just because of the support that they give. Really loves the buy-in they get from this group and the culture that they're creating, and you're seeing that in full display with Minter today, over 20 points for her.
Oh, 100%. I think this goes back to, I don't know if anybody's like UT basketball fans, but Vic Schaefer, the head coach of the women's basketball, said this last year. He's so into the women's program, buying into each other and buying in for their coach. Because if you have a bunch of players on the team that aren't bought in, you know, they're not going to run through a brick wall for you. And when it comes to the longevity of a long postseason, that's when you want to see each other, you know, do anything that you can for your teammate. Pick them up when they're down. When they're going hot, you're happy for them. When they're, you know, when they're in a little slump right now, you got to pick them up. So, I mean, it's pretty evident right now that everything's kind of clicking on all cylinders, whether that be teammate, you know, friendship, shots going in. But the season's a long way of lots of highs and lows. So if they can keep this momentum, head into the next 4 games after this, like Cam said, stretches of 5 games, I think they're going to look pretty good.
Shauna Brown makes the free throws. Mueller a 3 on the other end. Doesn't connect there. Greenwood picks up the rebound. Now it's Ivory Scott. Loses it for a second. Cross court, Mueller, take 2. This time hits the rim. Oof. And O'Rourke able to get a jump ball out of that.
Scared me the way that she landed. But it'll maintain Trinity ball. Oh, actually, I just lied. It'll be Concordia.
We are not very good at these.
We're really bad, actually.
Jump balls,
you know, I haven't done this in a while. I'm a little rusty.
Mueller able to tip that inbound pass, so it'll come off the baseline. Now Gingrey comes on for Trinity, replacing Kylie Minter, whose day is presumably done. Leads the team in scoring with 21 points.
She got a big round of applause from her teammates and, of course, parents on this side.
Concordia able to get it past the timeline. And here's the shot. Too high, misses the rim. Scott, kind of a deflected pass that gets intercepted. Shauna Brown. Now here's a 3-ball. Off the rim, but Brown with the rebound. Can't make the turnaround shot though. Now here come the Tigers in transition. Gingrey to Scott, who remains in the game. That pass intercepted. He talked about the unforced turnovers, and now Shauna Brown going the other way in transition. Gets the bucket.
Yeah. I mean, they just feel like fatigue turnovers at this moment. It's not the smartest idea to do a cross-court pass from the right wing to the left wing whenever, you know, they're just kind of gauging it, waiting for it to happen. I said that I would like to see them stay under 50 points. I don't know if that'll happen with 7 minutes left, but it's completely possible. We'll see Ivy Meharry check in. I'm pretty sure she's going to come in for Natalie Greenwood.
Meharry, another one of the Tigers' taller players that Coach Hill was talking about, wanted that tall presence under the basket. Meharry certainly qualifies. Now the free throws. First one too strong. Second one for Gingrey. Gets it to go. You know, when talking to Coach Hill, 0-5 start, not really something he's been through before. Easily the worst start in his tenure, and
yeah,
just talking to him, you could tell how calm he was and how unfazed him, and based on what he was talking about, his team was unfazed by this start, and they've come out and they're going to get their first win of the year in all likelihood here.
Yeah, I mean, he's coached for so long. His dad's a big coach, and he's sitting right in front of us. But, I mean, you know that a basketball season is the longest season at any sport. This isn't a team that you're going to see at the end of the season, and I think he knows that. I mean, he's a pretty calm and collected guy, you know, outside of being 0-5. But I think he just carries himself and their team with a certain level of confidence that, you know, they can get through anything, and this is just a little hiccup in the road.
This is Menchaca shooting 2 shots.
I feel like this quarter has had the most amount of stops compared to the
way.
first, second, and third. I feel like the time just flew by.
Second shot, too strong. And Concordia able to get the rebound here. Gets the shot up and gets it to go.
That one I thought was going to potentially be an and one.
Looked like it, but didn't get the call. Still gets it to go in. Concordia up to 47 points, so close to that 50 mark.
Yeah.
Long 2, just rattles out.
That would have been a pretty highlight reel.
Potentially a loose ball.
They're going to call the foul on Sky O'Rourke. She was hunting that ball down. You could see it as soon as she was trying to chase her out.
Talk about this Trinity team and not being used to being in this situation, being 0-5. They played so many important games, so many different seasons. A lot of these players have been on those teams that are used to going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
This one hoping to get to that point.
Especially the seniors now. When I was a sophomore, we went to Boston. We were playing in the Sweet 16. And I think seeing that you can get back to that spot and constantly seeing yourself within, you know, the SCAC tournament championship, constantly seeing yourself, you know, in really good lengths of postseason, and especially as an underclassman, I think it gives you the same amount of motivation when you're a senior, or especially any upperclassman, to get back to that same point. You know how they talk about, I think it was, they just talk about, you know, anybody in postseason. The runners-up are usually the people that come in with the most amount of motivation because they want to get back to the place where they once were.
Concordia now working the other way with it after that last basket by Trinity, up to 94. Shot from 3. just too strong. The rebound for Meharry. Pass into O'Rourke. Thought about it. Pulls it down. Somehow didn't travel.
Yeah.
Shot up. Doesn't go from Gingrey. And that'll stay Trinity ball.
It's a lot of fight from Sky O'Rourke.
Substitutions coming on for Arden Simmons. Alexis Romero, one of them. Trejo, another one for the Tornadoes. I talk about Trinity. They didn't win the SCAC for the first time in a while. Here's a shot from distance that doesn't go. The offensive rebound for the Tigers. But they're in a position right now at 0-5 where they probably will have to win their conference tournament unless they can pretty much win out. It's going to be pretty tough to get in that large where they are right now.
Yeah, but I think now you start winning your conference tournament, that gives you even more confidence headed into the postseason because you weren't just given it as a bid. I mean, not that teams are given it because they've obviously earned their spot, you know, in a high ranking, but it gives you like a little chip on your shoulder. You know, like we're coming in, we're not automatic choices heading into the postseason. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot of work to get there, and I think it's definitely possible. But it's just going to be a lot of work from here on out. They're going to have to, in Cam's words, lock in.
Talked about wanting to peak at the right time. They want those 5-game stretches each to build on one another and eventually to be playing their best basketball when they get to that conference tournament. I mean, talking to him in the past, it's very clear that the non-conference is built to set up conference play and then eventually set up the conference tournament, where he said that you want to take it out of a committee or NPI, whoever's deciding whether you get in or not, you want to take it out of their hands. The only way to do that is to win your conference.
100%. And when you talk about having games preseason, get you into the rhythm of, you know, hitting your stride in conference. I mean, some of these teams that they played preseason are the same people that they may meet postseason, and those can be completely different teams. And if I'm a coach, you know, I'm coming in, I'm giving us the hardest schedule that we can see preseason, because I want to see what, you know, the things that we can learn from. I mean, you learn the quickest, not off of blowouts by 60, but off of close games that you lost by 15. Where are your shortcomings at? Is that in the press? Is that in your defensive rotations? Is that on taking care of the ball? That's when you start to see a lot of your own cracks.
Pass into Meharry. Got it off the glass. Meharry with her first points of the game after that bucket. Now 4:30 on the clock as this one begins to wind down. The outcome seeming somewhat inevitable. Turnover there in the paint. Caceres
That'll be going up.
will get the foul there. Little shots there. Concordia talked about how close they're getting to that 50-point mark. 2:22 without a bucket in this one. The Tigers, probably to keep them from 50, will need to make that over 6 minutes.
Yeah.
First shot goes. But still, regardless if they get to that point or not, a very impressive performance on all fronts from Trinity.
That'll put them one bucket away from hitting their 100 mark. They'll be the first one of the season. Usually we always end up doing it at home, which is always nice.
Did it twice at home last year, once against Southwestern and another time against Schreiner. Long shot misses completely. Now Allison Even passes the timeline. Floater.
There we are.
And that's 100.
We'll see somebody else check in. Looks like Lola Hackrad is headed towards the clock.
It's always the point in these games where players on both sides maybe get some action that don't usually. Hackrad, one of them.
And this is an opportunity, you know, like you have nothing to lose, just go out and ball.
Here's a three, comes up short, rebound. Meharry puts it back.
Good little pass.
Yeah.
It was a pass, I saw it.
Trinity now with a 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes and change to 102 points. Corner three, rattles out.
There we go.
And good fight to secure that rebound. Now the long pass. Kate Pauley in alone. Gets the points. Her first points of the season in her third game this year. Trejo, nice shot off the top of the glass.
Put him at 49.
Loose ball, but foul called.
Dana Gingrey, I haven't seen her play, but I'm really impressed from what I see right now. That also puts them in bonus. She's taken advantage of the opportunity that she's been given. She's gotten a couple stops on defense. You know, forget the last air ball, that was just shot. She shot it with confidence. I mean, it happens to everybody. The fact that she still came off with the same left wing, attacked with great energy, went up strong. She's back at the line. This, I think, is going to be her second time on the line today. No, I just love to see it.
It was 2 for 2 her last time. Talk about learning from the losses, much more in the wins, but still in these big wins, players that don't usually get to see this type of action, learning here.
And it gives them motivation coming into practice or coming into the next game. I'm not going to be here on Friday. You're going to be a little lone wolf. But, you know, that can bring her some confidence coming into Friday. You know, like, I played good here at home last game. Let's see what I can do to bring some more energy this game.
Brown, Martinez, Icing, and Menchaca come on for the Tornadoes. As Hackrad and Dixon come on for Trinity. The many substitutions that happened during those free throws. Just over 2 minutes to go in this one. Trinity on pace to get their first win of the year. Hard fall there from Hackrad. Looks like it's Tornado ball. And that shot goes.
It'll be a long three from Maddie Martinez.
And that puts them over that 50 mark.
It's a good thing I didn't bet anything. I'm like, I'm going to do 100 push-ups.
Pauley from the elbow. Couple bounces, but doesn't go in. Looking for her second bucket of the night. Here's a three. Got it. Shauna Brown, who's made some impact plays today despite the score not being on her team's side.
Yeah, and I think when Concordia comes back and rewatches some of this film, I mean, they're going to talk about intention, but execution is what matters in the end. There was a lot of passes, nice, from Kate Pulley pulling up from the free throw line, but they're going to have to dissect a lot of what happened. I mean, there was a lot of passes that didn't get, made. I mean, there's a lot of passes that didn't, get caught that could have led to a lot of easy buckets or easy threes. So, like I said, learning moment. Concordia is going to have a lot to see out of this film.
Here's Caceres. Strong pass, cross court. Here's a shot. Dixon gets it.
It's like everybody's getting a little love here today.
And you hear how crazy the bench goes every time that somebody scores here. Long three, doesn't rattle in.
See a little 2-on-1.
Dixon, easy shot.
Cameron Hill's going to use one of his timeouts for substitution.
Trinity now up to 111 points, beating their season high in points from last season in any particular game. On the other side, this will be a tough loss for Concordia. We talked about the mindset that their coaching staff had for this season, just wanting progress, just things to build on, and obviously a huge step back after their first win against Mary Hardin Baylor.
I mean, it's a tough loss to take. And, I mean, like I said, you're going to have a lot of film to dissect, whether this is, looking at how they could have beaten this press. I mean, I felt like there was a couple times where, instead of rushing it, I mean, the Trinity press has been known to be a very intense thing. So, I mean, looking up the floor, making sure that you have all of your people in the right places when it comes to breaking a press. I think a lot of their points, majority of their points just came off of turnovers in that, early in the first half. And, I mean, once you see turnovers heading to points for that stat to keep going up for Trinity, it does beat you down a little bit. But, I mean, if you're going to isolate one scenario out of all of this, I mean, Concordia is going to see way harder pressing teams too headed into the rest of their season. I mean, learn how to, really dissect this press and make sure that you're going to take care of the ball headed into the quarter, half court, because there's a lot of opportunities that you had that just didn't get to see, full fruition.
The free throws there and a 6-0 scoring run for the Tigers. Now an opportunity to just dribble it out. Still working offensively here, though. Dixon now has it. 12 seconds. Getting some last game experience here in this one. Turnover with 3, and Concordia content to dribble it out. That is the end of this one. Domination from Trinity, 111-57. They take this one for their first win of the year.
Yeah, we love to see it. You're going to see the stats come up on your board. Rebounds were astronomical, 45. Assist to turnover ratio was completely flip-flopped on the sides for Concordia and Trinity. And like I said earlier, it's exactly what you want to see headed into the next, 5-game surge that Cameron Hill talked about. And they're going to play TLU, a really great contender. They had the title last year, didn't they?
Beat Trinity in the conference championship to take it.
Yeah, that's just going to be a really big game, and you want to come off of a high game like this. Still, stay level-headed and make sure that you take what you need out of this game, hold it for, a quick couple seconds, and then make sure that you're headed and ready to hit TLU pretty hard on Friday.
Team highs for this one. Kylie Minter leading the Tigers in scoring with 21 points. Ivory Scott, 11 rebounds in this one for Trinity. And as for Concordia, Tacey Trejo with 20 on the board, and then Asia Holmes leading them with 6 rebounds. But the Tigers leading the way in this one. 111-57 is the final score, breaking the 100-point barrier for the first time this season. Thanks for tuning in to this production of Tiger Network. For everybody working the cameras, working the control room, working so hard on this Wednesday night, we thank them for doing that. And of course, it's all led by our executive producer, Josh Machagemba. For Annika Signs, I've been Cole Isaacson, and we're saying so long from San Antonio. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to stop by on Friday night as we see the Tigers play TLU.